The Galactic Free Press Update. Intense momentum for April. YEEHAW! Bringing humanity home. Energy and event update. With love from the Galactic Center. Greetings, love beings. As we entered April, we gained more momentum in the fiery sign of Aries, which means intense energies incoming. Momentum were the first words we heard from the ships as we began April's energies. As anticipated, we ended March roaring out energetically speaking, which then jump-started this momentum. On March 31st, a huge influx of light came in to support this huge momentum we started off April with. As a result, we will continue to see more outer evidence of the light's movement and love energy working its magic. Indeed, love is handling the details as people, places, and events begin coming together. In fact, two very important events are to occur this month, such as the release of the movie Sirius by Dr. Stephen Greer, and followed by the Citizen hearing on disclosure by Stephen Bissett. The energy of love is on the move, and this energy is the most powerful in all of creation because it's real, and there's no stopping it. All truth is to be revealed on all levels on this planet. Quoted from Shelley Young, a message from Archangel Gabriel. There is a massive influx of Christed energy that occurred through this last high holiday. It is infiltrating the energetic grids of your planet. It is securing the higher dimensional frequencies which are a part of your ascension process. In a sense, you have been in a waiting period since the pivotal alignment of December 21st, 2012. Waiting for this now moment, for these energies to enter, to become part of your reality. You might consider this to be the anchoring in of the fifth dimensional consciousness and beyond. Moving forward since the pivotal alignment in 2012, many of you have felt like you haven't quite arrived yet. You've been waiting. You've been in a state of flux, but you keep feeling like something is about to happen. You are waiting for the next big thing. You have been waiting, it feels like, with bated breath, for that missing piece. And the missing piece is the influx of the Christed energy that your planet is receiving. This is it. This is what you've been waiting for. You will feel an energetic completion. Many of you will not be able to put your finger on what that feeling is, but it is from the influx of the Christed energy that happens on the Easter holiday. So we invite you to use and harness this energy, to anchor it, to feel it, to be it, to welcome it, and to embrace it. This is a new state of consciousness that you may operate from. You understand that you are in pivotal times, but a great many of you are not realizing how profound these times really are. As with many great changes with humanity, you will notice more of how profound it's been with your 20/20 hindsight. It is difficult to see, to appreciate change when you are in the throes of it. It is much easier to see how far you have come, and by the end of this linear year, you will look back and you will be astounded at how far you have moved since the winter solstice. It will be impossible for people to think that things haven't changed by the end of this linear year. You simply do not have the vantage point to see it while you are in it. We are so proud and so excited for you as these changes lock in and start to be felt more profoundly within your life expressions and within your physical vehicles. So, what do we mean by that? We mean that as you proceed, you will feel more connected. For some of you, this may mean feeling the shifting of the planet more profoundly. You may feel earth-shifting energy. You may feel solar flares. You may have a sense or a knowingness of how people are feeling. With the solar flares and their effects on the electromagnetics of the planet, many people will be having paranormal experiences. Those who would never believe in such things as apparitions might be very surprised when they experience one for themselves. It serves a great purpose because it's getting them to ask those bigger questions. It's getting them seeking. Many people need to experience something first, and the conditions are ripe for this to happen. The energies are moving you forward. The planet is moving you forward. The grid is moving you forward. Your dream time is moving you forward. It would be very difficult for a human being to stay in one place for very long at this point. The easiest way to navigate all of it is through surrender, trust, and allow, and flow. You human beings have been playing a game called Keep Ourselves Small for far too long. It is time to shine. It's time to truly step into the glorious times that you are in and harness all the wonderful opportunities that are at your fingertips right now. It is time to move forward in your mastery and create that heaven on earth for yourselves and for your beloved planet. That is what is available to you right now, and we urge you to accept that as your truth and to move forward living this as your truth. End of quote. Dr. Stephen Greer, a very brave lightworker on the planet, is releasing a documentary on April 22nd of 2013. We feel the release of this movie series will be a huge victory for the light, as the truth will be revealed in a way as to reach a wider audience, and disclosure of our presence can come forth much quicker, which will facilitate a smooth or smoother transition. Quoted from the press release for the movie Sirius. Sirius, from Emmy Award-winning director Armdeep Kalika, Never Ending Light, producer J.D. Seraphin, and narrated by actor Thomas Jane Hung, will have a gala celebrity premiere on April 22nd in Hollywood, followed by a limited national theatrical release on April 24th. The explosive documentary deals with the subject of the UFO disclosure and clean energy. Sirius was also one of the most successful crowdfunding initiatives ever produced. The film includes government and military witnesses to the UFO secrecy, explains the connection to free energy, and provides the vision of contact with ET civilizations as witnessed by the CE5 contact teams. Never before has this wealth of information and footage ever been shown to the public. This really is the greatest story never told, says Dr. Greer. Once people understand that classified projects have figured out how UFOs operate, they will realize we no longer need oil, coal, and nuclear power. This is the truth that has driven the secrecy. According to Thomas Jane, This serious documentary is a powerful and important film that I encourage everyone to watch with an open mind, as it truly speaks to the heart of the people. Stephen M. Greer, MD, is founder of the Disclosure Project, the Center for the Study of Extraterrestrial Intelligence, and the Orion Project. Father of the Disclosure Movement, he presided over the groundbreaking National Press Disclosure event in May of 2001. End of quote. Following this event is the Citizen Hearing on Disclosure in Washington, D.C. Quoted from the Paradigm Research Group. An unprecedented event with historical implications. The citizen hearing on disclosure of an extraterrestrial presence engaging the human race will include 40 researchers and military agency witnesses who will testify for 30 hours over 5 days before former members of the United States Congress. The CHD will attempt to accomplish what the Congress has failed to do for the last 45 years. Seek out the facts surrounding the most important issue of this or any other time. On November 4th, 2011, the White House issued this statement. The U.S. government has no evidence that any life exists outside of our planet, or that an extraterrestrial presence has contacted or engaged any member of the human race. In addition, there is no credible information to suggest that any evidence is being hidden from the public's eye. From April 29th to May 3rd, the citizen hearing on disclosure will bring forward en masse the evidence the White House says doesn't exist. End of quote. The old ways are truly no more, and truth is beginning to be revealed on all levels of consciousness through many avenues on the planet. We have shared before, Mother Earth is existing in the 5D frequencies, and we have increased amounts of energy incoming from all directions to assist in humanity's process. The illusion is over. Quoted from James Gilliland. Many sensitives and adepts are feeling there is an overlay of the fifth dimension pressing hard upon this earth. Many of the flashes of light, loud booms, skyquakes, and societal changes are all a part of this process. There will be an uptick in change on every level. This process has been set into motion by what is referred to as the higher dimensional alignments with the galactic plane. Oh, sorry. Go back just a moment. This process has been set into motion by what is referred to as the higher dimensional beings as the real God. It is also part of a natural process due to alignments with the galactic plane, Alcyon, and Sirius. On a personal level, this can be best explained as the battle between the ego with all its wounds, traumas, and wrong conclusions from past experience, and the fifth dimensional realm. On our own fifth dimensional selves are taking over, and the ego is kicking and screaming, sabotaging and blaming, projecting, and doing everything possible to hold on to the old ways of what is known. Many times, this is based on fear, insecurities, and decisions are made due to these fears and insecurities to hold on to the old ways. This will be the greatest insecurity in the days to come, because the old world and the limiting dysfunctional ways are coming to a close. The polarities and divisions between those who have chosen the upward spiral and those who have chosen the downward spiral are increasing. The Archon network, which are the minions, some refer to as regenerate ETs, Greys, reptilians, and beings in the lower astral, are being shaken severely by these new earth energies. The programs in the matrix of seeking acceptance, approval, or love through the outer is also in direct opposition to the soul and the higher dimensional self. This includes the programs of control, manipulation, as well as competing and overpowering others for material gain and false power, which is the real reason behind all wars. It is all about inner awareness, allowing the soul and spirit to guide you in every moment. Relaxing, letting go of the ego, letting go of the fear and insecurities, and making the right choices and actions aligned with your soul purpose. We did not incarnate to be a part of the problem. We incarnated here to be a part of the solution. This means breaking the controls and manipulations placed upon us, healing the wounds and the traumas and the wrong conclusions from past experience, and stepping into our soul purpose, service to the omnipresent God within everyone and everything. We can take the downward spiral and continue with the old world, yet do not fool yourself. The prophecies will be fulfilled, and the earth has a destiny. It is not to take the downward spiral. It is to ascend, and it will rid itself of all that cannot match its frequency, increasing frequency, and its destiny. Be well. End of quote. As more and more move into the new earth energy, increased magical synchronistic events, people, and places will magically come together. This energy will not be letting up. So, going with the flow, staying connected with others who are of like heart, is the only way now as the co-creation of the new earth begins. The wise Hopis shared with you to make sure you were in the middle of the water with your heads up. They were very aware this energy was going to be occurring, and they were right, everyone. The river is flowing fast, which means the energy will be coming more quicker by the moment. The fifth dimensional frequencies only exist in the present moment of now. Quoted from and attributed to the unnamed Hopi elder from the Hopi nation. There is a river flowing now very fast. It is so great and swift that there are those who will be afraid. They will try to hold on to the shore. They will feel they are torn apart and will suffer greatly. No, the river has its destination. The elders say we must let go of the shore, push off into the middle of the river, keep our eyes open and our heads above water. And I say, see who is in there with you and celebrate. At this time in history, we are to take nothing personally, least of all ourselves. For the moment we do, our spiritual growth and journey comes to a halt. The time for the lone wolf is over. Gather yourselves. Banish the word struggle from your attitude and your vocabulary. All that we do now must be done in a sacred manner and in celebration. We are the ones we have been waiting for. End of quote. Quoted from Shante Gabriel. Many people have noticed the angelic forms in rainbows, clouds, and especially the recent formations of the aurora borealis. The divine light is getting stronger, and spiritual presence is making itself known to reassure you that you are definitely not alone. These formations of light act as open doorways to new awakening consciousness. The angels are reminding you that they are here during these times of great power, grief, transition, and the present radical transformation which is in process. In this time of ascending consciousness, the massive downloads of high frequencies of energy are relentless. Surrendering to this mighty flow will simplify the process for you. There is no place you can hide when you have already stepped into the elevator to the higher dimensions. Enjoying the ride will be easier if you can take some steps to use the energy more resourcefully. Resisting the flow will only make the experience more uncomfortable. Those having the most difficulties during these times of transition are those who are contracting into their old limiting perceptions. Your hearts are breaking free to receive the God-permeated presence of divine love. Surrendering to this flow of love means to be open to the gifts being offered in this new time. Allow the radiant presence of empowered light to clear old patterns from your energy field, as if you were standing in a golden shower of divine love. In this way, you will be ready when the elevator door opens to your new life. The light is traveling from the illuminated realms of truth directly into your high heart. Your job as a light worker is to ground these new frequencies for the planet. The power of exalted energies can feel brilliantly expansive and uplifting. They only become wobbly when you try to force them into the old frameworks of your world. You are being strengthened and rewired with a new core of truth that can take the charge of light and, with your intention, send it down through your base chakra into the planet for grounding. The earth can hold the new frequencies and keep your energy systems in alignment so your nervous system can work more easily. From the realms of illuminated truth, you are being gifted that which you have been praying for, the presence of unity consciousness. All of heaven is rejoicing in your awakening. Know that the gateway of power is open for you to receive this gift, and it is now. Most of us are familiar with the idea of a wormhole from the movie Contact or from years of watching Star Trek episodes. In that genre, people were propelled instantly light years into another galaxy. The gateway of power we are experiencing is very similar. We were given a powerful download of sacred feminine and masculine balance during the equinox full moon period, accompanied by a once-in-a-lifetime astrological occurrence. Take a breath, because on April 25th, we begin an 8-week series of eclipses, which is being called the wormhole, that will end near the solstice on June 21st. To add to the intensity of our alchemical transformation of consciousness, there are comets, asteroids, and an unprecedented numbers of solar flares. And let's not forget to include the Chinese Year of the Snake that started in February. That means that our spiritual energy, the Kundalini, has been activated and is rising. There is a centered core of divine light moving up through our chakra systems, awakening all that is in its path. If there is anything we need to clear out of the way, it is becoming really obvious. I'm asking for grace and ease in this process. So, in this auspicious time, with all these milestone events, it appears that through this empowerment, by the higher energy frequencies, we are literally being flung into radical transformation. It feels as if we walk through the portals of 12-12-12 and 12-21-12 and stepped onto a magic carpet, which is zooming us into a massive evolutionary shift. There is no escape from this awakening. End of quote. There are specific points around the planet which are activated and prepared for these next steps in the divine plan. The first wavers, who are prepared, are now making their way or ascending to the higher grid for the co-creation of the new earth equal heart. This is what the current transfiguration process they are in is at since our day of resurrection. The day for resurrection, many did rise out of the ashes, and it will take them a moment to assimilate this amount of energy, which did occur, and is continually ongoing from this point on. Quoted from Aline Lafont. At present, there is a profound manifestation about to happen. A few shifts are taking place on your earth, and in your reality, introducing the fall of the old structures, and simultaneously ushering in the actual renewal. What might not be readily known, or perhaps only known, by certain beloved sources, is that even in the inner earth, many changes are occurring. We had to implement a much-needed change process, which will result in enormous changes on your planet and in your reality. Many hearts will be able to welcome us in their planet and will truly see us. A lot of work went into that project, which we agreed to honor in cooperation with the star civilizations as well as with all of you. Nevertheless, it is a fact that only the awakened and activated hearts will actually experience our entrance into their reality, because one has to vibrate and exist on the same exact frequency as ours for this to occur. This frequency is the heart frequency, and the state of being is naturally the foundation for the new reality. It is there that we can be found, and since a whole new reality is about to manifest within yourselves, you are more than ready for this. Due to the fact that the collective has to be ready for this, many shifts and changes are now taking place so that everyone gets the opportunity to evolve further in this new planet. Those of you who have already attained a state that enables them to perfectly evolve further and to soar in the new frequencies and ditto state of being will connect with us more quickly than compared to those who still cling to the old world and old energies. It all depends on yourself, of course. Anyway, our worlds and our cities come together and form what will be called the new earthly paradise. This is inevitable after what has shifted on Earth since the alignment on December 21st, 2012, and especially this spring equinox has given rise to a profound manifestation and shift of the human collective. Everything has now to be played out, and your cooperation will be decisive whether this will swiftly come to pass in your reality or not. We, the Agarthans, are overjoyed to be the bearers of such great news for you in your reality. Remain centered and grounded at all times so that our energies can work together and merge into one. End of quote. In these next 3 months, We are jammed packed with unusual astrological alignments, 3 eclipses, 2 important full moons, one in Scorpio and one in Sagittarius, a final important portal opening, and then whammy into the solstice. There are hardly any words to describe the feeling of this incoming energy except really joyful and quite intense. As the 5D frequencies continue to come in, if you're in the flow, you are experiencing this joy overflowing. Quoted from Mahila Gel, "We are at the end and the new beginning. As I see it, the new earth will be on a higher frequency, and love will be the new way. We will be able to see into the lower dimension, but the lower dimension will not be able to see us. It's like turning a radio from one station to another. Whatever station you are turned into is your reality, and the other stations cease to exist." End of quote. For those reading and listening right now, you have been activated for the next part of the divine plan. Decreed by heaven, all portal points are receiving the new lighted codes for the first waivers. This is the divine plan manifesting now on planet Earth, equal heart. Remember, loves, we are not in a time linear schedule. We are in a divine one. Thank you for spreading our messages to others and keeping your hearts open and staying tuned in. And transmission and all love is unconditionally. We are so in love with humanity. Mwah. Love the Galactic Free Press staff, humanity's Earth allies, the company of heaven, and the First Contact Ground Crew team.